Welcome back to Crane's Bar and Grill. And yeah, we're going to do episode 2 of The Rings of Power. The first one was okay. I mean, the weird thing is that Rondir and Bronwyn, whatever like that, that's the story or the thing I kind of found the most interesting. I don't know why. I thought I'd have a problem with a Rondir, a black elf, but I didn't. I mean, didn't think there couldn't be a black elf. Just never saw one, and I thought maybe it'd throw me off. But there's something about him. I think it's the guy that plays him. The actual actor. There's something about him I like. Don't know what it is. Sometimes you just like that person, and I liked her. Her son's kind of old. You know what I mean? He's an older son, so she's got to be a little older. Being an elf, he's really old. I just didn't expect her to be that old, but I mean, so far it's not a big deal. There's stories like, I like I said in the other video, on the first episode, I kind of like a love story wrapped in something else, like Rocky, with a love story wrapped in a boxing movie, or Die Hard, where it's he's doing it all for her to protect her, but it's wrapped in an action movie. Because I mean, really, in the end, what do you have to live for? What do you have to live for is that other person in your life. That's what makes life worth something. Like when guys go to war, they're writing letters back to their wife or their girlfriend. That's what's keeping them going. I got to get back to them. I've got to protect them. So I like that stuff. It gives it a little deeper meaning on what you're fighting for. Like Galadriel's story, what's she fighting for? Because the guy killed her brother. But it's throwing me off because that's not Galadriel's story, from Tolkien. They're making up a whole new one. So it's throwing me off because I know what Galadriel's story is. And then the other thing kind of throwing me, I mean, some things, there's some of the stuff is not too bad, but Galadriel's story keeps throwing me off because I know that's not what she's supposed to be doing, in the real Tolkien. So they're changing her. Why not just not have it be Galadriel, have it be a different elf that we don't know about, and she's trying to fight, and then all that would go away. And then and not Arondir, not his hair. His hair's fine, short, because that's how. If you lived in that day and age with no hair products, I mean, you cut your hair short, like his is, and it would be no problem. But with the other elves, with Elrond, the rest of that, their hair is like it's all styled, and I'm like, how did they get gel? I keep thinking that it keeps taking me out of the story. Like, how did they get their hair like that? If I don't put gel and use blow dryer and everything, and the things like that don't happen. So it keeps taking me out of the story because I'm like, why does their hair look like that and all styled? I mean, do they have elf stylists? And they go to the elf stylist and she's doing his hair, he's doing the hair. That's why that takes me out of the thing on that. The actual story part is not so much taking me out. It's that, but a lot of it's just there's not a whole lot going on, and it's one of those things where show me. Don't tell me, show me. And they're doing a lot of telling instead of showing. And then, like Galadriel, like all the other guy elves just suck, but she can kill the ice troll, cave troll, whatever it is, with no problem. I mean, those are all warrior elves. And he flung them around like no big deal, and she killed him like no big deal. Now, would Galadriel kill that elf? Kill that troll, probably no big deal. Yes. I mean, she's like the baddest elf on the planet. If not, that's like, or is she the second baddest? I thought was it Fëanor was the only one more powerful than her or something like that. But she doesn't need a sword to do it. It's like in with The Hobbit when she just Sauron's there. She walks in with just her long white flowing thing and no shoes on, and just holds her hand up, and he's gone. She banished him back. So you don't think she could do that to a cave troll? Why would she need a sword? She wouldn't. So that's throwing me off. But the other stories, like Arondir and Bronwyn, that doesn't exist in Tolkien. So you can do whatever you want with them, and it's not a big deal because, I have no history with them. So they could have just made a show about them, and it's in Tolkien's world, but it's a whole different thing that you never heard of. You know, and then you have the Harfoots, which they're okay. I mean, they're just, so far I don't see. I guess they find the guy that came out of a meteor, and that can't be Sauron, because Sauron's not going to follow this guy from a meteor. Sauron's already there. It's got to be somebody else. But let's see who that guy is, and let's get on with the second one. Enough of me babbling. We've got the Rings of Power episode 2. I don't remember seeing this last time. Looks like sand. One of those things that vibrate, and the sand's moving around. That's what it kind of looks like. Is this like a bunch of, like Gandalf told, was it Bilbo or Frodo? Or, even the smallest thing, smallest person can make a big difference. So this is like a lot of small things making a big thing. Maybe that's what they're going, and then you got the black coming in. The black sand disrupting stuff. Is that like Morgoth messing with Manwë when they did the song? Is that kind of like that? He came in and corrupted the song, so it corrupted, or tried to corrupt the song. You can't do anything with that Manwë saying it's okay, so he let it happen. So what do we got here? It looks like, is that the Big Dipper? That's what it looks like. Does Galadriel think she's just going to swim back to shore? Oh yeah, she's in the middle of the ocean. I was in the Navy. I've been in the middle of the ocean. And the ocean is not that calm. It just doesn't sit there. Even when it's calm, you got 15-foot swells. And it's going up and down 6 to 15 feet, even when it's calm out. Yeah, she's just going to swim. Wow. Can elves do that? I mean, can they just swim hundreds or thousands of miles? Okay, now we got where the meteor hit, and the guy laying in the middle of it. Does he just happen to have pants on in that convenient?
No, right.
Oh, that's scare the crap. You can't come up and yell at somebody like that. Without, she may have fallen in.
Shouldn't sneak up on folk like that.
Like that. Like I said, she may fall in. How's it not hot? How is it not hot? That's weird. Because I guess when you're sitting around the edge of it, it would have been hot too. So who is this? It can't be dead. I mean, you'd have to put it in that thing. Oh. He has power. That was cool looking though. I'll give it that. I'll give it as cool looking. Now, who in Tolkien's story could that be? Because as far as I know, nobody came down in a meteor.
The quick sticks. We can't leave him like this or the bulls will get him. So that's not who we are.
That's not who you are.
I can't carry him.
That's not who you are.
Are you gonna help me or not?
Like I said, it couldn't be Sauron, because Sauron wouldn't come down in a meteor. Couldn't be someone. I mean, you could change it. They changed Galadriel. It couldn't be someone like Gandalf or something. First of all, Gandalf went there to the Third Age, and he sailed over from the Undying Lands. He didn't fall from a star. This is making the Harfoot story better, though. Okay, this is getting boring now. We could have cut this. They're just talking in circles. I don't mind you doing the Harfoot story because I didn't hear anything about them. I don't know anything about them, so you're not going to ruin their lore. Or you're not going to, I don't have anything in my mind what they should be like. So I wonder what happened to this town. Why everything's dead and burned. It's all sideways. Looks like something out of Harry Potter. Voldemort's been to that house.
This was Kieran's house.
That is the reason I must go.
Give him a kiss. Do it. Give him a kiss. He deserves it. Oh, just a look, huh? Not even a kiss for good luck. Man. It's like on the other Lord of the Rings, they got the original Lord of the Rings, they got some really beautiful shots. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Region. Ah, Feanord's hammer. Made the Silmarils.
Feanor's hammer. The tool
Yep.
that wrought the Silmarils. The jewels that contain the very light of Valinor.
They say that Morgoth found the Silmarils so beautiful that after he'd stolen them, for weeks he could do nothing but stare into their depths. It was only after one of his tears fell upon the jewels and he was faced with the evil of his own reflection that the reverie was finally broken. From that moment, he looked upon their light no more.
I don't remember that story.
Feanor's work nearly turned...
I don't think you could turn Morgoth.
What has mine ever accomplished?
It has turned my heart, my lord.
An age ago, our kind brought war to these shores. I want to fill them with beauty, to grow beyond petty works of jewel craft and devise something of real power.
What he's wearing just looks too heavy for an elf. It looks really cumbersome.
A forge, more powerful than any ever built, able to birth a flame as hot as a dragon's tongue and as pure as starlight. The things we could use it to create could transform Middle-earth.
Like rings.
What seems to be
You
the
could use it to create rings.
I
That's
need
what you could use it
completed
for.
by spring.
Spring.
My lord,
Gonna build a forge.
have you considered
To create the
seeking partners
rings, it looks
outside
like
the
to me.
confines of our own race?
How far outside?
Khazad-dûm. The dwarves. There we go.
I had no idea you admired them, sir.
I admire all who can see into the mystery of things, who can divine from the plainness of what is, the beauty of what could be. Might your
They
friend
just
be
walk
able to
there?
grant me access to their work?
Even in the same
Well, if I
outfits.
know Durin, he'll do far more than that. He'll welcome us with open arms.
You could have showed him on a horseback or
Ram's
something.
horn blaring.
Looks like they walked around the
Tables
corner.
filled with salted pork and enough malt beer to fill the Arduin.
I mean, when they walked for a week
It is Elrond of Lindon,
in the same clothes?
accompanied by Celebrimbor, Lord of Eregion. We seek an audience with Prince Durin.
No.
I invoke the right of Sigyn Tarag.
What is the right?
I'll rejoin you in Eregion.
Are you certain you know what you're doing?
Lord Celebrimbor, trust me. You are master of your craft, my friend. Allow me a few days to work mine.
That's beautiful. That's really good. But I've noticed in Lord of the Rings, everybody's real confident about never tripping or falling over because there's no rails anywhere. You trip and fall and you're dead. None of these walkways have any kind of safety features. And if you just lose your footing, what if you get dizzy or something and you fall? You're dead. So, you gotta be really sure about your footing. Oh, he's gone. Oh, nope, there he is. Why does he remind me of Gandalf? Like I said, Gandalf went there to the Third Age. They changed that too?
How about this then? I'm Nori. No, I'm Nori.
Why would he doesn't speak, so why would he know how to do that?
Suppose you did fall quite a long way. Anybody's head would be a bit higgledy-piggledy.
That's disgusting. Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you. That ain't gonna happen. Ugh. Ugh. I would have to be really starving. Like almost dying. Yes, he's just us. He likes it crunchy. If you've got the will to do it, why does he even need to push that hard? Let it drop. Move out of the way and let it drop. Ouchie. Ouchie, ouchie. He should have moved out of the way and just let it fall. It's going to hurt for a while. Just going to put two things and wrap it up. He'll be all right. They've got carts. Just put him in a cart. They put the meteor guy that came out of the meteor, put him in a cart and wheeled him. Can't wheel that dude? What's the big deal? Evidently she's swimming back. It's really calm water for being in the ocean, though. Like I said, I was in the Navy. The chances of stumbling across something in the water is so astronomical, it's crazy. And what is this, like a raft? So some people that are lost just stumble onto one other person that was lost?
Our ship.
That was kind of a neat thing how they had look like the ship, but it's really the thing on there. That was a clever idea. Whoever thought of that? That thing is huge. Why wouldn't it just come up and swallow the whole thing whole? He untied himself and pushed himself away. Smart move.
You called.
Galadriel.
I'm Halbrand. What's her heading?
So that's Halbrand, the one they said there was a new character they made up. Okay.
Begin!
Here we go, elf.
Yeah, you can't beat a dwarf at his own. He'd really never forgive you if you beat him at his own game in his own kingdom. The hair still throws me off, though.
Take your leave.
Oh, yeah, cool little elevators. That's neat.
Remarkable. I never dreamed to find your city so changed.
Well, 20 years will do that.
Durin, have I offended you?
To answer that one, we'd need a longer lift.
If you wish to discharge me without explanation, that is your choice.
You missed my wedding! The birth of my children, 2 of them! You cannot barge into my mountain and demand I welcome you with open arms. You cannot claim that which you discarded.
Discarded, Durin.
20 years may be the blink of an eye to an elf, but I've lived an entire life in that time. A life you missed.
This is the best part. This is the best part of the show so far that I've seen. I actually felt something.
So what do you have to say to that?
Elrond's short hair still throws me off.
One apology to Disa and you're off. No getting better acquainted. No reminiscing about the past, and absolutely no staying for dinner.
This cannot be Elrond, can it?
I fear so, fair lady.
Durin didn't tell me you were a captain.
Didn't she have a? She should have a beard. I remember seeing some of the previews of it, and it's weird. She should have a beard.
He's leaving.
He's staying.
She should have a
He's
big,
leaving.
big
He's
beard.
staying.
I told you to stay out of my head.
Is that the dragon helm? Like the dragon helm from what? When Huron wearing that? The dwarf made it, but gave it. I can't remember the whole story. Too long ago that I read it.
I was resonating a freshly open chamber.
I've not heard of resonating.
It's when we sing to the stone, showing you what might be hidden, where to mine, where to tunnel, and where to leave the mountain untouched.
It is a beautiful tradition.
Doesn't seem to work too well considering they dig all the way down and find the Belrog.
Anyway, we're unpacking
You might want to find a
tools,
different
and between
method.
sudden
It'd be so much better if she had a beard. It was so much cuter. It'd be so much, I don't know, dwarfish. I mean,
She may play coy now.
if she had a beard, big old beard, it would be just be funny. It'd be cuter.
Where there is love, it is never truly dark. How could it not grow in a home like yours?
I like that saying. Where there is love, it is never truly dark. I like that one. Of course, it also could be the British accent that just makes it sound better.
You're not leaving already.
I
Being,
fear I've
being
overstayed
American,
my
it just
welcome.
makes
Thank you, Disa, for your hospitality.
it sound more poetic.
Sod it, sit down.
Please, I hardly wish to intrude.
I said sit.
Are you certain?
No, and I'm still angry. Tell me about your king's
I like the
proposal
dwarf.
to decide
You don't have the look of someone to whom things happen by accident. Which means you were running.
She didn't say she. Yeah, she didn't say she.
Duty demanded I return to
Accidentally was separated.
And that is all you need to know.
The way I see it, it wasn't elves that chased me from my homeland. It was orcs.
Orcs.
Your home.
Where? That's what she's looking for.
Where was it?
He's not the missing dad from that kid, is he? And Bronwyn?
Around your neck. Is that the mark of your people's king?
My people have no king.
But if they did, where might that kingdom be found?
Don't dress it up as heralds.
Are you going to tell me where the enemy is or not?
The southwards.
Prepare yourself.
What is she tugging on? She just keeps pulling on a rope. For what reason? So they don't believe her, as usual. How, what do you call it? A trope. What was that? What's tunneling up underneath there? It's a pretty small tunnel. Something that has, I like that, goblin, orc, something with claws. To be able to take like a whole town, so it can't be just one of whatever it is, because it took that whole town, and it was also on fire. Maybe the people thought it would stop it from fire, but they thought they could stop it with fire, but the tunnels aren't very big. Of course, they could be crawling through like he is. You know, a bigger tunnel takes longer. No telling what they're using to dig the tunnel either. There's some sort of worm thing digging a tunnel. Sounds like golems, a bunch of golems in there. Why did that one get so small all of a sudden? What? I don't understand. So was it just to make it more scary? That's why that tunnel got narrower for no reason and then got bigger again? This is one thing I ask my wife and my kids and stuff that I don't like in shows, is for stuff to happen just so other stuff can happen. We put that in there just to be scary, not there was a reason for it. There gotta be a reason for everything, just like in the real world. Whoa. Hello. Well, that's good he could hide. But now she's yelled and attracted them all. Too late to bet, she already yelled. Why can't the boy go with them? They can both run, right? Can't they both run? A mom's not going to leave her son there. You take his ass and drag his ass out of there and you both go. You could have already both ran out of there. This is one of those things I was telling you about. It only happens so it can be scarier. In real life, he'd have got out, she'd have got out, they both ran. What is that? Is it like an orc thing, or does it look like a goblin? There's no way you can see your eyeball in between that big inch-wide crack. They get strong. That thing is strong. Yeah, it's like an orc with big old claws. What are you gonna do, Mom? Why would you? You don't scream first. You let him know you're coming. I think they might believe her now. Did she just leave her son back at the house where another orc could have come? I mean, it's not just one orc that would have, not just one orc that would have taken that whole town down. What is their rope doing? I don't understand. A sailboat. that little piece of cloth isn't going to do anything as far as catch any kind of wind at all. What are they doing? Is she tying herself to the thing so she doesn't fall over? This is not scary. We know that Galadriel doesn't die, so why would I even panic right here? Plus, she was gonna swim back, so a storm's not gonna affect her. Now this could because she's tied to something, but she doesn't die. She's in the Lord of the Rings. So it would have been more if he would have fallen in the water, because I don't know who he is. She didn't need the raft. She was gonna swim back. So it's not a big deal for her to get on the raft. She would have had to swim through this storm if they hadn't have found her. Because she'd still be swimming. Hopefully in the right direction. I just don't get her story. Why did that happen? Now they trust each other. But it hadn't furthered their story at all. Now who is this? Why am I thinking... I keep thinking Gandalf.
Sorry, I wanted to help you.
Mithrandir.
But I'm sorry.
Maybe Saruman? I don't remember. How did Saruman get to Middle-earth? See, that's a Gandalf thing. That's a Gandalf thing to do. Or could it just be a wizard thing to do? It could... Radagast, one of the blue wizards that we don't really know anything about. Or I don't know anything about. But I'm so pretty sure they didn't fall from a meteor.
You've always said sandstone in your granite as far as the elves were concerned.
I've known Elrond for half a century, Father. I'd sense it if you were hiding something. Elrond is a friend. I trust him.
There can be no trust between hammer and rock.
What is that? It's not like another Arkenstone or something? What's in there? What's the big deal about it? I mean, in that day and age, wouldn't a hilt of a sword not be that big a deal? You'd see them? Or is it just because it looks so old and creepy? That would freak me out. I'd probably drop it. Too late. Too late.
You ready?
Yes, Mother. I'm ready.
Well, who's found him? Why didn't she just get off and swim instead of laying there in that hot sun? She was going to swim all the way back anyway. So, who was that to pull up on the ship? Don't know. We don't know. So, second episode. Was the first episode like 2 hours or something? This episode was an hour, 68 minutes is what it said. But anyway, this episode, she was on the raft, ended up on the raft. They ended it with somebody found him. So there's really not any progress there. No progress with the Harfoots. It says some stars, but there's nothing going on there. With, is it Arendir and Broadwin? I guess there's a little bit of, advanced a little bit. They found, or she, got the people to go, but they don't, still, it's just one orc. One orc's not going to destroy that whole town. Why did only one show up there? But there was more down in the tunnels. He had some coming from both ways, and a bunch of them grabbed him and drew him in. Why was only one there in that town? Why wasn't there more than one? Seems kind of convenient. It's not a whole lot happening. Stuff happened, but nothing advanced anything, really. On this one, the most interesting part was the, Elrond and the dwarfs. Even though Elrond's hair still keeps messing with me, it takes me out of the thing. But yeah, so that was the second episode of Rings of Power. It was okay. I mean, some of the things, the Galadriel things, I'm not getting there. They start off the raft, ended up on the raft. I don't get why she's laying in the sun on the raft baking when she was going to swim back. Couldn't she just jump off the raft and go ahead and swim back? Say, forget you. You stay on the raft. This isn't going anywhere. I'm going to swim back. That's what she was planning on doing already, and she was making good time. But now she's got to lay on the raft and bake in the sun, and be thirsty. But anyway, so I mean, it was okay. I mean, again, at the very end, they have something that goes, well, I want to find out who the guy on the ship is, but it's not a real big desire. It's like something that, it's not a show where, like, if it was really late at night, I had to go to work in the morning, then I go, I'm going to watch one more. No, I'd be like, I'll watch this tomorrow, or the next day, and then I may never end up picking it up again. It's not one of those where, like, when I was watching Dexter or when I was watching Game of Thrones, we go, me and wife would be like, we'll do one more. Then you find it's 4 a.m. You're like, oh, I got to go to work in 3 hours. What an idiot. This isn't that. But anyway, that was episode 2. Thank you for watching Crane's Bar and Grill, and we'll see you next time. Bye.